brand new footage has just dropped, and it seems like the 5th episode of 1923 is about to bring absolute chaos. Season 2 of the Yellowstone prequel, 1923, dropped on Paramount Plus on February 23, 2025, and if you thought the Duttons had it rough before, you have no idea what is coming. The trailer and the battle for the Dutton legacy. The official trailer for Season 2 hit in January 2025, and let's just say it did not waste a second. Right from the start, it teases a season packed with chaos, desperation, and some of the most intense battles the Duttons have ever faced. First off, Spencer is on a mission, and it is not just any random trip. The trailer shows him battling his way back to Montana, and the look in his eyes says it all. Whatever he faces on this journey, it is not going to be easy. And what happens once he makes it home? Let's just say that things are far from settled. On the other hand, Helen Mirren's Cara Dutton is not backing down from anyone. The trailer gives us glimpses of her staring down her enemies with that signature steel gaze, proving once again why she is the backbone of this family. If the Duttons are going to survive this storm, it is going to be because of her. And just when you thought the Duttons had enough problems, enter Donald Whitfield, played by Timothy Dalton. He is powerful, ambitious, and absolutely ruthless. And he is coming straight for the Duttons. If the trailer is any indication, he is about to cause major problems. The familiar faces are back, but just when you thought you had the Dutton world figured out, Season 2 throws in new characters who shake things up in a way that could change everything. So, who is back? Who is in trouble? And who is stepping into the ring to take on the Duttons? Looking into the cast of Season 2. Harrison Ford is back as Jacob Dutton, and let's just say, life is not getting any easier for him. The actor brings his signature grit to the role, but this time Jacob is dealing with more than just land disputes. Montana's winter is ruthless, and with the family on the brink of losing everything, he is forced to make decisions that could tear the Dutton legacy apart. Selling off the last of the cattle is a move that no rancher wants to make. But desperate times call for desperate measures, and with Donald Whitfield breathing down his neck, Jacob's leadership is about to be tested in ways we have never seen before. Now, if there is one person holding the Dutton family together, it is Cara. Helen Mirren steps back into the role with even more strength and determination, showing exactly why Cara is the true backbone of the ranch. This season, she is not just facing financial struggles, she is quite literally fighting off dangers that threaten her home, including a terrifying moment where she has to fend off a rabid wolf. Then there's Spencer, and his journey back to Montana is nothing short of a nightmare. Brendan Sklenar takes Spencer through some of the toughest obstacles yet, from dangerous sea voyages to brutal encounters with people who would rather see him dead than let him reunite with his family. But Spencer is not the type to give up. His return is one of the most anticipated moments of the season, and when he finally sets foot on Dutton land again, let's just say it will not be a quiet homecoming. Alex is also in for a rough ride this season. Julia Schleipfer brings even more depth to her character as Alex faces the harsh reality of being an immigrant in America. Her journey through Ellis Island is anything but welcoming, with medical examinations and bureaucratic nightmares making it clear that a new life in this country comes at a cost. Her resilience is tested in ways she never expected, but Alex has already proven she is no stranger to fighting for what she wants. The question is, how much more can she take? Now, Elizabeth has been through a lot, but Season 2 takes things to a whole new level. Michelle Randolph portrays a woman on the edge, reeling from a devastating miscarriage while trying to survive in a world that does not stop for grief. But just when she thinks she has hit her lowest point, she is thrown into an even bigger battle. A rabid wolf attack? A growing sense of isolation. Elizabeth is dealing with more than most, and her journey towards finding her own voice in all this chaos is one to watch. If there is a villain to watch this season, it is Donald Whitfield. Timothy Dalton steps in as the newest threat to the Duttons, and he is not just some land-hungry rival. He is playing the long game. Whitfield represents something bigger than just one man with power. He embodies the ruthless wave of industrialization and greed that threatens to wipe out the world the Duttons have fought to protect. And he is not afraid to play dirty. But how exactly is the story progressing so far? A recap of the episodes. The first episode, titled The Killing Season, wastes no time reminding us that the Duttons are still in the fight of their lives. And this time, the threats are coming from every direction. Jacob Dutton is backed into a corner, and it is not looking good. The financial strain is unbearable, and with winter hitting hard, he is forced to sell off most of the cattle. It is a devastating blow, but what choice does he have? The ranch is bleeding money, and the alternative is losing everything. If that is not bad enough, a mountain lion has made itself at home on their land, a perfect symbol of how danger is lurking just out of sight, ready to pounce. Over in town, Jacob is dealing with something just as vicious, systemic injustice. When Zane gets locked up for defying the era's ugly racial norms, Jacob does not hesitate to step in. But what should have been a straightforward rescue mission quickly turns into a harsh reminder of just how stacked the odds are against them. As if the emotional turmoil was not enough, Elizabeth finds herself in a life-or-death struggle when she gets attacked by that same mountain lion. The wilderness does not care about grief or healing, and after everything she has already lost, she is now fighting just to make it through the night. Meanwhile, Spencer is out at sea, making his way back to America. But this is not just any journey. It is a gauntlet of danger, deception, and deadly encounters. Every step closer to Montana feels like another reason he might never make it home. As the second episode starts, it becomes clear that the Duttons are in serious trouble. A brutal blizzard hits Paradise Valley, and Jacob and his crew barely make it back from Bozeman, their journey turning into a desperate fight against the elements. And the worst part is that this is just the beginning of the season. On the other hand, Elizabeth is not catching a break. After surviving a mountain lion, she now has to deal with the terrifying aftermath of a rabid wolf attack. The debate over whether to risk a vaccine adds another layer of tension. This is the early 1900s, after all, and medicine is more of a gamble than a guarantee. Just when Spencer thought he had seen it all, his return to America takes a wild detour in Galveston. Enter Salvatore Maceo, a bootlegging kingpin who pulls Spencer into a world of crime and corruption. Getting back to Montana was never going to be easy, but now it is looking impossible. If there was any hope that things might calm down, the third episode laughs in the face of optimism. The storm might have passed, but the damage is done. The Duttons are freezing, starving, and scrambling to recover. Missing livestock, frostbite, and sheer exhaustion have taken their toll. Jacob and his crew return to the homestead looking like ghosts of themselves, and Kara is doing everything she can to keep things from completely falling apart. But with Elizabeth spiraling and more threats lurking in the shadows, the worst might not be over. Alex's dream of reuniting with Spencer turns into a nightmare the second she steps onto Ellis Island. Humiliation, invasive examinations, and red tape stand between her and the life she was promised. And just when it seems like she has outsmarted the system and secured her papers, she realizes someone dangerous is following her. Whoever he is not looking for a friendly chat. Over in Texas, Tiona's father is rallying cowboys to help protect her, but the men hunting her are relentless. A standoff at a police roadblock ends the episode on a knife's edge, leaving us wondering who is going to make it out alive. Meanwhile, Spencer's journey takes yet another violent turn, as if fate itself is trying to stop him from ever setting foot in Montana again. And just when we are all hanging on by a thread, Alex's hopeful letter to Spencer reminds us that in this world, love and survival are never guaranteed. 3 episodes in, and 1923 Season 2 is proving that it is not here to play nice. The real question is, when the dust settles, who will be standing?